Pro Circuit main stage, the New Orleans Open. It's win or go home time. I got two teams up here, Optic Mexico and Echofox, ready to take on each other here to see who will move on. I'm gonna start over here with you, Chaos. What was the feeling of the team when you guys woke up this morning knowing you got to come in here, win or go home?
We just have to play as ourselves. First time when we played them, we were ourselves basically. We were doing dumb stuff, we weren't as aggressive as we hoped for, and we lost, and this can happen right now.
So going up against these guys over here in Echofox, you got the experience, you guys got battle-tested guys, they got battle-tested guys. Who are you going to look for to attack or neutralize and take out to make sure you guys can move on?
We're not looking out for anyone on their team, we just got to play our game, that's it.
Just play your game and you guys will take care of Echofox.
Yeah.
All right, seems like a simple plan, but I'm gonna come over here, you, Kenny. How has your game adapted now being a member of Echofox?
I've had to become more of a slayer since joining this team. On Optic, I was more of a support player, and then if I had to get in, I get in. But on this team, all of us need to slay. All of us need to be able to support for each other. So it's a more of a well-rounded game.
With yourself being more well-rounded now, more of a slayer, who are you looking to take out over here on the Optic Mexico squad? Where are the weak points, and how are y'all going to take them out?
Honestly, we just need to make sure that we don't let them get their advantages that they're looking for. Chaos does a good job of like snipe and getting advantages for them. So if we make sure we shut down their aggression, then we'll run away with this match like we did in pool play.
It's Sunday. It's win or go home. Who's going home?
Optic Mexico's going home because I'm not ready to go home yet.
Who's going home, Chaos?
They are. They are.
All right, we're going to see what happens. We got Optic Mexico. We got Echofox. They are ready to lock it up.
Since we've been with Optic, they took us to Dallas so we could boot camp, so it was great. We stayed at a house, the 6 of us, then we played against Optic a lot, so we learned a lot from that experience. We also played with better connection than we did before Scrim, so it's great. It's way better. Whenever we're playing with good connection, like most of the teams don't touch us.
Playing with Icy now is honestly like better than when it was on Optic. I've said this to him. His attitude's a lot better on this team, and I think there were some teammate factors on our past team that was, affecting his attitude and affecting the way he was even around his teammates. The team dynamic has been good. It took us a little bit to find our footing, and we've obviously had arguments throughout the process, but I think in the last like a week or two, we've really like found ourselves as a team. So it's clicking very, very well now.
All right, and there we have it. Optic Mexico facing off against Echofox. When you look at both of these rosters, what come to mind?
You know, when you look at Optic Mexico, you can never count them out because they play with such heart, such passion, such pride. They've got the best region in the game coming behind them, giving them that heart and soul. But then when you look at a team like Echofox, they have the brain and the brawn. When you've got guys like Franchise and Kenny Bounce, who are an encyclopedia of knowledge of the mechanics, know every rotation and strat you can imagine, but then you've got Powers, Icy, and Kyle. You've got brains and brawn versus heart and passion. I can't wait to see it.
This match has me feeling some type of way, man.
What type of way, man?
All these guys deserve to move on, you know what I'm saying? Like, they put in such hard work, and it's just wild that one of these teams is getting eliminated from this tournament right now.
It's really hard to root for both teams. I mean, root against each one of these teams.
Right.
Well, both of these guys have passed through, but unfortunately, this is in the losers bracket. So, heading off into map 1, what are your predictions?
Where are we going? Let's see. So on Impact, so we saw, last night, late last night, Echofox, survived through Impact.
You're
okay,
right.
Convincingly, they won on Impact, and they did a really good job in map 3 and continued in their run in this tournament. So if they can carry that on, it's possibly their map pick, feeling comfortable on it.
One thing I would like to point out
on this map.
when you look at both teams, Optic Mexico, their history shows that they're actually really good at impact. But when you talk about Echofox, other pro teams, they've said it. The one thing about Echofox, even though their teamwork wasn't all the way there before the event, when it comes to weapon placement and strategy, they're the absolute best at it. So can they offset Optic Mexico in this map?
I think they can offset Optic Mexico in this map. And now that I'm looking at these 3 maps for the map picks, I think we're going to have a 2-0 because I do not think Echofox wants to see him on Forge Blitz.
A 2-0 is definitely a big statement to make, but it's something, you know, I can't really deny that that could happen on the possibility that you have so many players coming in here with so many roles that they really have to focus on. But when you're in Championship Sunday, the key to win is leaving your comfort zone and forcing your opponents to do stuff they don't want to do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen at home, this is the first match of Championship Sunday, Echofox and Optic Mexico.
All right, we're going to kick things off here. Had to give a fist bump here to my buddy Colin. We are ready to go here on Championship Sunday, starting things off right now with Echofox and Optic Mexico. You can see the main fight going to be leading down to that B hill at the top part of the map, and right now, Icy, the man to lead the team here for that initial fight here down for Echofox.
Kenny getting taken out there by Dezenide, but Icy coming in, cleaning up Dezenide from behind. Good little rotation there. Franchise getting down right across from Icy. Icy seeing that he's got powers and a little 2v2 action here, but there is a Lancer up top in that window getting ready to get help. Icy getting Lancered from behind now, going down. Powers is going to have to make a play here. He's in a 1v1 on that box. He gets the second, but he is finally down now. Monkeys, can he come out of that cover to get that kill, or is he going to have to stay there, get his health back, not have a chance to get Powers? He goes down as well. Powers is going to stand up on his own accord, and Franchise coming in from behind, coming down through the B hill, getting Monkeys on the cleanup. Franchise now finally capping up that B hill. You see Echofox after a little bit of chaos taking control of that bottom middle in the cockpit area.
And that was a great save right there. You saw Monkeys was down, almost about to get finished off, but that top window cross you saw was a great position that they set themselves up in there. Optic Mexico was not able to actually finish off the kill. They now have to maybe regain positioning here on the top side of these stairs, maybe get a little bit more of that high ground here so they can get those angles down low. You can see though Fran is in a good spot between the 2 walls on these top windows here, waiting for that push down there from Adverse, but Monkeys though going wide into the plane, he knows he's going to be able to get that angle, and that's going to force Franchise now to rotate around the side of the B hill. He is in a really bad spot, and I don't think he's going to be able to stay here much longer. Here comes the push now. He's stuck in a 1v1, gets taken down, and there it goes. You can see they knew there was a weak point there. They wanted to take that man down, and there comes the fight to force it on.
And yes, and you see a little bit of chaos, smoke thrown out, bodies left and right. Kenny with a good double kill though. Icy getting taken out by Sleeper now. Sleeper in the bottom B hill fight. Franchise, Powers cleaning it up though. They see a little bit of an opening. Adverse the only one left. Here comes the triple cap domination. Adverse is going to try to stop this trip cap. He's going to be full red, get taken down. They're going to start that effect again. Let's see if they can finish it off this time. Dezenide sitting outside the smoke, coming in now. You've got too many members gathering up on that hill. Let's see if they rotate out and try to get away with a few or as little lives as possible lost. Franchise getting out in perfect position on that bottom stairwell.
You saw how close Echofox was right there from possibly getting that trip cap. They were getting very loud on that main stage already in this opening round of Championship Sunday. They know exactly how important every single one of these rounds are going to be. Top 8 teams remaining. So this is where you really need to increase all of your staying power right now. Here goes Franchise and Icy getting a couple kills there. That's really going to lead the way with 3 down now for Optic Mexico. Already the Echofox about to pass that 200 threshold. All they need to do is maintain that A hill, but they already maintain control of B as well, and that's going to be round 1 for Echo.
And you know, in that first round, I loved it. You had that initial fight get a little chaotic. They end up coming out on the good side of it, but then you see everybody slow down. The game was so slow, you could almost hear crickets in the background as both teams set up for the next big push. But again, Echofox coming out on the other side of that team fight. I like what I'm seeing already.
Yeah, as we kick things off on that opening round, you see right, exactly as everybody was trying to maybe not go a little bit on the aggressive side there. But we got to give a shout out real quick to our observer, Patrick Ard, the Cleaner HD, giving us all of the action right now. You can see getting us in the right spots for these fights. He is going to get some awesome clips for us today.
Cleaner's the best driver in the game, in my opinion. He takes you on a wild ride, but he takes you to all the action, and I love it when he's in control.
And here we can see now the boom shot being placed at the tail of the plane in between home hills, so that will definitely open things up for these 2 teams on on the low side of the map. Here goes a smart push here by Echofox, sending 2 members down to the tail, but 2 around the body of the plane, which might be able to sandwich them in for this push attack. So here goes now 2 members of Optic Mexico having to roll into the same corner there, almost getting them in a bad spot, which it was. Sleeper's not able to escape that boom. Fran making perfect use of it right there, putting it down on his back, making sure that he can utilize that second shot perfectly. Doesn't want to waste any opportunity here. Avers now, though, having to move down those stairs, forcing that movement to the B hill here as more members of Optic Mexico are coming down onto that B hill there, forcing more of them around. That looks like Echofox spreading out, and they were not ready for that attack.
Yeah, they went down there as a little bit of a red wave. You saw all 3 of them flood into that B hill, but then all of a sudden you had Kyle split off one way and the other 2 go inside. I don't know if that was miscommunication or if that was the plan. It didn't go according to it, though. I'll tell you that much. Dezenide now rotating all the way over toward the home hill of Echofox. Now you got Franchise on that table trying to figure out where he's going to go or what move he's going to make. There's a little bit of a nerdy angle there. He might get some shots on, but he's getting crept up on from behind. He's going to have to be wary of it. He goes down in the process. You see all of Optic Mexico now trying to gather up on that C hill, trying to return favor. You can trip cap in the first game. We're going to try to threaten it in the second game.
And here goes, almost getting it just a second away. And now Echofox running out of spawn, trying to make this, or actually, excuse me, you have all these members now of Optic Gaming now running all the way from that area of spawn. There you go, having it right there. They finally get themselves on the board here, and that's a great way to get their momentum started here today.
And what you saw at the very end of that round, way off in the distance, was Kenny Bounce tried to make a last-minute ditch effort on B Hill. He ended up going down. He came so close to that break, which could have saved the round. I'd like to see more plays like that where somebody kind of sneaks away, but I did want to see them stick together earlier in that round. Do you think that that's something they need to do, focus a little more on team fire, play that team fight better like they did in round 1?
They definitely do, although the way that they were spreading out, I believe, with especially these 2-man attacks, they're working very well. Going to the same area, but also spreading out into these teams of 2, because when you're able to make those rotations, all you need to do is get 1 kill to really throw your opponents into chaos in that moment. Right there, you could see, as in that last round, with that boom shot being placed down, nobody wanted to go for those home hills. Same instance right now. Everybody's full focus right now on that boom shot. It is that big of a catalyst here for winning these rounds. Right now, though, Empower's in a great position to take out Chaos, but instead Dezenide was there to help with the cleanup. Now, with 2 members down of each team, this looks like it is going to be a push-pull effect here. Both of them are fighting hard to try and maintain control of the power weapon, and now with another member down here, it looks like Optic Mexico is going to be bouncing around, ready to go. And here, we're going to join in with a quick listen in here for Optic Mexico.
Si me matan, si me caigo yo me muero. Yo estoy muerto. No, estoy bien. Tenemos boom, tenemos que usarlo. Voy a cambiar. Yo no puedo cambiar. Vamos a ver. Quiero ver uno escondido aquí. Choco de mano, que yo, choco de mano. ¿Cuántos para B? Hay uno escondido, cabrón, hay uno escondido allá abajo. Le puedes dar. Tranquilos, dejen que salga, güey, tranquilos. Como... Tenemos 2 boom, tranquilos. ¿A una mesa? Aguanta que yo... Escúchame, tranquilos. Esperen que todos salgan y planeamos algo. Yo puedo coger mesa. Escuchen, de eso oveja por el de 3. Marquen todo. Voy con el de 3. Que no coja mesa. Quédate ahí. Yo veo te avance un poquito por la izquierda. Yo tengo mesa, pueden llegar conmigo. Yo tengo boomer, yo no puedo bajar. Yo llego. Hay uno que me va a dar. Buena. Hay uno por ahí. 43. Hay uno para ver. Se muere. Puchea por ese cabrón. Está ancho, te lo juro. Uno con el Lifer, uno puchando el Lifer. Con el Lifer. Voy contigo, Lifer. Me voy a morir. Yo estoy muerto. Ahora estoy para atrás. Estoy contigo, Lifer, estoy contigo. Está acá al lado. Hay que matarlo. Se muere, ¿qué? Escúchame. No te puede tirar el Lifer. No, me tiró él, me tiró al otro lado. Viene uno ahí. Aguántenme con boom, venga el Lifer. El boom sale en 30. Recuperen 15, uno por 43. Boom va a salir ya en 10. Buena, pueden para el boom. Va a cortar por boom. No, corta para allá. Se puede en otro heal. Pueden para el boom. Voy a ir. ¡Ya salió boom! Más de herbo. No, tenemos que sobrevivir. Está un boom. Está en la puerta. Derecha, tranquilos. Conmigo.
Fórzalo, fuerza eso, está guacho con ellos.
Guardan que ellos.
Presiona ese. Va a caer.
Aguantamos. Vaya por la derecha, rápido. Pueden ir por la derecha, apenas van a ir por allá, se van a setear el boomer, está en su home. Pueden ir por, tienen que rushear la derecha rápido.
Vamos, ya, pushé. Con huevos, juntos, nos paramos, vamos. Vamos, sigan, tienen que seguir. Ves aquí a mí. Está soñado 1.43.
Está bloqueando 43.
Sí, atrás de ti.
Ayúdame. De eso tiene 2.43. De eso mata dos. Ahora voy a llegar, de eso otro tiro más. Otro, de eso lo estoy dando.
Mono, sobrevive.
Ya, cállate.
La marca. Mono, te va a llegar.
No, 48. Fuera, murió. Voy a seguir.
Tengo su home.
Son dos en su home. Tiene boomer, Kenny, güey. Tiene boomer en su home.
Power.
Acá el power. Ahí está la derecha. Ya gastó un boom. No me entiendo.
Yo no puedo estar.
Elifer. No dejes que te meta tanta presión, güey. No dejes que te tire, por favor, juega agresivo. No te vayas para atrás de nuestro home, vete para otro lado, güey.
No puedes.
Mátalo, güey.
Aparte, Elifer, no hablas nada. Si yo no digo
es que me dijeron, van a poner no pongas pretextos, güey. No digas es que, güey.
No pongas.
Güey, teníamos 3 kills, güey. Te rusheó solito Kenny, es Kenny, güey. Que no corras, güey.
Está bien.
No le puedes correr, güey.
Pero, o sea, no entiendo, pero ¿por qué sacas los 2 kills, Kenny?
Porque nos tiraron, pero es que Elifer te la abriste mal, güey. O sea, jugaste mal esa play, güey. ¿Y quién que ponga?
Ponme fuegos.
¿A ti? ¿Dónde?
Sí, ponme.
¿Dónde quieres?
Ahí en 43, yo estoy matando a Kenny fácil.
¿Sí? Ok.
Si me llega...
¿Está llegando nadie adentro? Güey, están haciendo plays por acá, Están haciendo plays.
Si me llega uno adentro no podré agarrar el fuego,
Ahorita tenía una kill, pero nadie llegó conmigo, güey.
No, pues eso es que me rusheó a mí otro, güey.
Yo todo el rato estoy marcando ahí, Shashi siempre está brincándose en la ventanita esa, güey.
After that beautiful listen-in with Optic Mexico, you hear him talking about be careful a lot during that listen-in. They're trying to play a little bit more passively, it seems like. They want everybody to play for their lives. They know if they get into an all-out fist fight with some of these guys on Echofox, it might not go in their favor, but it ended up coming back to haunt them because they played so carefully, they ended up giving up the round on a point advantage.
Yeah, that was unfortunate right there. You could see they actually had a lot of the right ideas there, you said. They were playing their spots. They weren't being overly aggressive there. They wanted to make sure that they were careful, as indeed they were, with Kenny actually maintained control of the boom most of that last round. So you can see, though, the way that it unfolded for them, they were able to place down a weapon. They were placing the instants down, and that's exactly what just got used there by Fran. You can see throwing them, using them perfectly on Sleeper. I believe he still has one more to go that he wants to use perfectly in this situation. We're going to see if he's going to save that, maybe throw it into the hill, but Fran now also picking up the boom shot as well. Call him Demolition Man for this instance.
Hey, I love that idea. Get the man all the weapons, let him go wreak a little havoc, try to get it all out in his system early on Championship Sunday. Let him be a leader and show an example.
Exactly. You have now this middle fight being actually contested at the moment, though, with Desanai going down at the hands of Kenny. So now Echofox yet again in control of 2 of these hills. The home hill, again, still being uncontested as well, but you can see there's Sleeper having to double back here to the home hill area and making sure that there is no pushes coming up from the tail end of that plane. But now, the majority of Echofox rotating towards the B. They know that if they can just hold the B at least a little while longer, that will keep Optic back. And there goes Kyle now using that boom shot. He just switched it off, actually. That was a very nice move. Fran picking up the boom, trading it off with Kyle out of sight from his opponents. They were losing track of who had that power weapon, and it worked out perfectly right there.
I love to see Kyle with other weapons in his hand. The man is not just a fancy Nasher player. He can do it with a Marksy, he can do it with a Lancer, he can do it with a boom shot. Put anything in the man's hands, he's got your back for it.
Without a doubt, as we have, that second instant almost getting laid out on the Monkeys, and Monkeys able to get a double kill there. Not able to be taken out there as he's moving, trying to get the touch on the C Hill briefly, and he does right in time. You can see, though, the cross is coming down there from Kenny, who's not moving up, playing it safe there on the back part as he's waiting for his team to regroup a little. They know that they are in a comfortable spot, but I love the play by Monkeys. He's in this perfect position here, got the touch, just for the moment to lower the point speed that Echofox was gaining right there. But the way Echofox is setting up, holding the B hill so long, it's really a matter of time before they push Optic Mexico back far enough and win this round.
Yeah, Monkeys is trying to make a play here and go big for his team. He's still in a 2v1 with Powers and Kenny, both of them with Lancer out. That is not something you ever want to be in the middle of. Those two men do not miss shots. Fran now in the fight as well, coming in with Desanai. Desanai getting taken out by Powers. Powers is trying to get that next boom boom shot, but Adverse is there to try to shut that little rotation down. Franchise getting another kill on Chaos. The Lancer fire coming in from everywhere. All hills are broken. Let's see if they go for a triple cap or if they just play this for the point advantage, because they're just going to leave A unlocked. They know they don't need it. They don't need it.
Nothing can be done right there in that moment. Echofox, full control of that round. They had that mid-hill majority of the entire round, and that really set the tone for everything, because you could see Optic Mexico getting a little, it was too tough for them to break into there. So you saw the flank from Monkeys trying to get the touch on the home hill to maybe spread Echofox out a little bit. It didn't work. They were holding their ground very steadily, and it worked out in dividends for them.
Hey, patience is key, and Kenny Bounce in that top window had all the patience in the world. He kept looking at his watch. He kept checking his sundial. He said, you do whatever you want over there. I'm just going to keep hitting you with some Lancer bullets, keep you in check, and when I get some friendship over here, I'm gonna go and take you out.
He just wanted him to get out of the way, make it known that he saw him. It really just, all you have to do, if you just put a few bullets into somebody, and keep them in that same position, give your team just enough time to regain your composure, get where you are, maybe force yourself into that 2v1 situation. But now, you can see with this 3-1 advantage, Echofox, what do you think is going to happen here in this upcoming round?
Take a look at these kill spreads real quick. 10 for Kyle, 13 Fran, 13 Powers. They are spreading it out. They're letting everybody get in on the action. Now that you've got 2 sets of explosives, the nades and the rockets down, the boom shot, you're going to have to spread your forces, maybe send one guy to make sure you get those frags, because those could wreak havoc on you trying to pick up that boom shot.
All right, we're having a little bit of this gunfight right now. Going here. Firing through the back of that plane now with Kyle. Just trying to be annoying here with this Lancer fire here, and he's doing just that. As you can see, Kenny now running in there, and as you can see at the bottom, we got to give you a quick score update though from our losers round 4 match between Gosu Crew and E United, taking that 1 round advantage through 4-3 right now on the first map. And you guys can check out all the action of that game as well on the Bravo stream if you guys wanted to go pop on over to there. But right now with the Echofox and Optic Mexico game as we have right now, all the intensity is on the line right here. You can see on the main stage, everybody is ready to play. With all the explosives now being thrown down, everything is really coming to fruition here on this match.
Yeah, and right there you saw a big miscalculation, a boom shot thrown out with no payoff. It was just thrown to the wayside trying to get a kill, but it didn't get anybody. And it actually gave Echofox enough time to come out from the back of that railing for the that's highway safety barrier railing, get a break on their hill, and now they're able to set up and push back out a little bit. But they got to play careful. You see a 2v2 down here. Look at my man Kyle. He is going to rotate down there, get a numbers advantage. You cannot get your team in a 3v2, and he sees that there is a 3rd member for Optic Mexico coming in through that mid cut as well. Kyle up in the secondary window, shooting down on that back table. They know they got both members kind of stuck. One's rotated over now to that T table. We see Fran, Kenny, and Kyle rotating back. I wonder if they're going back to set up for a boom shot push right here when it's coming back up.
That's exactly what's about to happen, but now you can see a couple more members of Optic Mexico are going to try to meet them there. One member already down there camping onto that boom shot spawn, waiting for that respawn, and also maintaining control of the C hill as well. Optic Mexico in great control. Looking like down at that T table, they were in a really rough spot, ended up spreading out. They had all the confidence in the world to hold that position, but now here comes Echofox pushing in as Icy with another help here, or another man to help him. He on this tail of this plane though, waiting to push back more of these members to see if they can regain control of the boom, and there goes one of the incendiaries getting thrown. Monkeys though taking note, also picking up the frags as well, so you got to keep an eye out here as they might be coming in any second now. You're going to have him on his back. There goes the first one out. Adver's able to take out Kyle, not with the nades though. He still has one more in that back pocket. Everybody now fighting. This could be the time to throw that nade if he still has it.
And I'm telling you, Powers comes in. He ends up getting a kill on Icy. Little team kill action there, but he gets the first, and he gets the second. Big play here from Powers. He's going to try to get this break because they are down 171, 128. They've got to get a break and try to keep that hill broken, try to get these points back. He's going to get full redded. You see Sleeper now with a double kill of his own. Sleeper's going to run off toward B hill to try to get that break. Powers knows he's in a bad spot. He could get sandwiched. He's going to have to make a decision here. Both B and C getting back in the favor of Optic Mexico now. Boom shot on the ground. He looks like he was going to go for the pickup, but they called it out quickly, and that boom shot is still there on the ground.
That boom ended up on the ground, and Optic Mexico got their points stopped right at 175. But you can see, though, regaining control of 2 of the hills to get back all of the points that they have lost. Now they are steamrolling all the way to 210, and now rotating back, making sure that they can just hold that C hill, keeping all the manpower there. Icy not able to penetrate that green wall, and there goes another round in favor of Optic Mexico.
back and forth we go around the carousel. Optic Mexico in that one really taking advantage of numbers early on in that round, getting the boom shot, getting a good setup, getting a good strategy to hold off the wave of Echofox for the rest of the round. Maybe a little bit too much time used up trying to wait for respawns, trying to wait for that secondary push, but they are still being patient, and I do like that, especially when it's going to come to late game situations when you got to clutch up.
Patience was absolutely the key in that round. You could see how stoic Optic Mexico was in those fights. They were making sure that they were holding their ground, making and letting Echofox actually come to them, and a lot of those instances it really didn't work out for them, you could see. But they're starting to regain a little bit control here, getting a little bit on their heels. Echofox, though, all their kills spread out, each member double digits, getting the consistency. It's really showing right now here for their team. You can see the main push again coming down to the, but I'm actually really excited to see who's going to take that long shot on the top side.
Yeah, we see him come down here to the bottom side where this tail is. They're all getting set up, trying to get these Lancers out, trying to get some shots on. Meanwhile, you're going to have a 1v1 on the opposite side of the map, I believe, for that sniper rifle. And Optic Mexico's making a hard push toward that. But you see 4 members quickly in succession down for Optic Mexico. It is a 1v4 situation now for Monkeys. He's going to have to make something happen, but he's going to get chased. And he's going to get chased by the man with the boom shot himself, Kyle. Kyle getting that first boom out. He sees that he's coming in. He gets the second off and doesn't get the suicide as well. And that could spell the end of this next round for us, and it does.
How fast was that? Pushing, getting the boom control, using it to perfection right there, spreading everyone out on Optic Mexico, and they just fell apart really fast right there. You could see how fast all 5 members dropped, and that was instantly all she wrote right there in favor of Optic Mexico.
It was
in favor of Echofox in that instance.
It's that snowball effect. You see that little itty bitty snowflake at the very top of the mountain starts to roll downhill. You got 1 guy dead, next thing you know you got 4, and that big snowball has hit your nice recreation home.
And you can't have that happen if your backs are against the wall as well. You have to make sure that you can maintain your composure here. There are a lot of those times where you did see players waiting rather than pushing for a little bit more of assistance. You don't want to overstep your boundaries here, especially if you're not really well adjusted enough with the strategies, especially on a map, say, for example, like Impact, a map that a lot of teams don't really prefer, but except Optic Mexico definitely loves a map like this. They love to control this this type of atmosphere here for all of their opponents, and they love to bring it to the table here. You can see Adverse, though, is the man trying to make a double kill happen, but he's not in position. You can see Fran trying to make the move up front, but let's give you a quick listen in here for Echofox.
I got my kill. They're gonna come on you, Kyle. There's 2 on Kyle. There's 2 on Kyle. There's 1
I'm coming, Vic. On my way, Vic. Mark it. Guys, one in front of him. I'm coming, baby.
Got me. 2 out here.
Hurt, baby.
Yo, spawn up. Can you guys play prone then? Can you guys play prone?
Maybe.
One here.
No,
These are quick spawns. Let's cut D. Both of you cut D. Let's go, Kenny. Let's cut D.
You're not getting pushed.
Alright, I'm putting knee now.
He's on my right. On my right.
There's 3 on their home. Right. One's gonna rotate to heaven.
Right here. You guys should attack. On our side. 2 on fire. Our side fire.
That's a rent. Look at Sleeper. Can you guys shoot Sleeper?
Yo, guys, I can smoke Dezo on the line.
Okay, so I'll smoke fire then.
Okay,
I'll smoke fire and get on
2.
Kenny, I'm gonna get flip break, Kenny. There's 3 that are gonna be looking.
That's him.
I'm gonna probably die first. Okay, though, just watch me.
Dezo weak.
Just watch me, boys. Big door.
Dezo down.
I'm gonna go down again, Kenny. I'm down again.
Sleeper, one shot.
2 dead.
One shot, Kenny.
41, bro.
On tables, guys. Can anybody shoot this kid table?
No, we can't yet. We have 1 down. The other kid weak. Vic and
Vic, I'm with you.
They're weak.
With you, Vic. Keep shooting up top. Keep shooting.
I am.
Yeah, remember, this is first round half, guys. They're already on respawn.
My kid's in our hospital.
Hold a setup, guys.
In our hospital.
I see. I'm here. I'm Icy's
They're
help.
gonna play for homes.
I'm Icy's help. They're not gonna be able to play up on him. Trust me.
Yo, Vic,
you're the best side. Vic, run.
Just hold the middle. Just there you go. Don't even hold that pillar. Hold the pillar behind you.
Yeah, see, they wanted to push you.
They want to go home. They want to go home.
Push you, Vic. Weak.
Go shoot Chaos.
Down.
Chaos down.
Kenny, look. 1 shot.
I have one idea.
His buddy's weak.
I have one idea. He's blue right at you.
Chaos.
Look at this Kenny.
Guys, you're gonna get crossed. You're gonna get crossed. They smoked me, Kenny.
Okay, Fran, I can keep his head down.
I'm backing up.
Big door. Playing her up.
1 shot, bro.
One there, big door. I have one pushing fire.
Guys.
Monkeys, they're still fine.
Yo, go wide on E.
Yeah, go wide on.
I'm up in 4 seconds.
I'm pushing him.
Yo.
What's flanking me?
You keep shooting for me, Kyle?
Oh, I can't. I gotta go down.
On knee right now.
We need our hill, boys.
We have 2 on us.
I'm coming, Kenny. Let's get this.
Come on, shot.
That's our pick.
Come on down.
Fuck out of here.
1 shot, Kyle.
Play up, Kenny.
Dumbass.
3 dead. We have you right now.
Good round, guys.
Right in front of me, right in front of me.
Yeah, I knew that.
Good round, boys.
It,
Good team.
Good job, guys. Good shit, guys. Give me.
Good round, boys.
I'm the fucking best!
Good shit, Vic.
All of you fucking suck!
Let's go, Vic.
You're all going home!
Let's go, Vic.
Sleeper! You suck!
Oh, he actually does suck, though. Like, that's not even a joke. Let's go, baby.
They're all terrible!
Good job. Way to listen, baby. Way to get out of mid. You see how they 2 seconds later, Vic, they flew mid? Good job. Way to listen.
All right. Let's do what they do. All right.
We knew that was coming. Same shit that we did yesterday with drop.
Yep. Just remember, Kyle, like you.
If I have one, if I don't have any, I cut to mid.
Yeah.
You know, Kyle, I gotta ask, do you think that these teams like each other?
I think it's all friendly competition here in Gears of War. But you know what I love the most about that listening? If you hear here in Gears, we got Colonel Hoffman. Over there on Echofox, they got Colonel Franchise. That man says it, everybody listens, they do it, they execute it to perfection. And look at that, a round win came out on top of the other half. Everybody communicating, everybody listening, everybody with trust. That's what you want to see on a championship Sunday.
And you could see, with that leadership role, making a great call in that last round on the call out, getting down out in the open, but using himself as bait and letting his team take advantage of that. You can see with all 5 members, though, dropping for Optic Mexico, leaving Echofox to open that door again for another round. 3 in a row now for Echofox.
That is an avalanche effect. You lose a round in that fashion where it's just a long, drawn-out trench warfare battle, and then all of a sudden you turn around 39, 50 seconds later, you're gone again?
As fast as it can happen like that.
You have got to get in a huddle and talk to your boys. Talk about what you're going to do to stop that from happening again, because if it does again, you go down 1 maps to none and you're staring at a bus ticket home.
Yeah, you don't want to be going home except with that top prize in your back pocket. You have now. Take a look, though, with that scoreboard. Powers picking up 25 kills so far on his team. Really starting to run away now with the slaying power here and showing exactly why he is so dominant. We only have the 1 round remaining until Echofox pulls off this map. Though the double marks is, though, being placed down on the map. Kyle, such an expert with that weapon, holding it on. Monkey's also an amazing marks player as well for both of these teams. Now with the trade-offs coming back and forth now in the center portion of the map. You can now have that B-Hill switch all the way down to the tail end of the plane, though, which is going to open things up with a lot more crosses from the top planters and also those window slots. But right now you can see what a great play, though. Kyle trying to force a boom shot early, maybe the suicide, but he is not able to force it yet. And there goes Chaos with an amazing set of patience there to use it. And you can see with another score update down there at the bottom here, E United actually pulling off the first map against the Gosu crew, 7-4.
Yeah, E United trying to reassert dominance after an amazing pool play run from them. All three games won. They're trying to show that they're not playing games. They're here to show that they are the real deal. We have Echofox, though, fending off a trip cap early in this round. Powers is trying to make something happen. Can he do it, though? He's got a good fight on that pillar, and he goes down there. On the ground is a boom shot. Adverse picking up the boom, gonna rotate it up. It looks like 1 man to beat. It is Kenny Bounce on the home hill, but he gets the kill. But it's a suicide at the same time. I don't know if that's really what you want, but it is 52-3 right now, score difference. If you're Echofox, you got to make something happen, and it's got to be quick.
Well, when you're in that instance, you saw right before that Chaos being as patient as he could be with that boom shot right there. Adverse really having no choice, fully right in somebody else's face with the boom. He didn't want to die with it on the ground and get picked up immediately. He figured, why not waste a shot? We'll take us both out. Maybe leave that remaining shot up for grabs if one of my teammates are nearby. But now, with the push coming down to that tail of the plane, it looks like, what a shot over the cover there by Kyle. It looks like they're going to be able to move in now onto the center hill. A 2-on-1 sandwich here on Chaos, but he's going to turn, get that 1v1 on Powers, and not able to stay alive long enough. Kyle is the man remaining there to regain control of that E-hill.
Yeah, Kyle really showing a lot of finesse there, getting that over the cover shot, that blindy shotgun fire over that cover, and then finally pulling out his pistol, trying to help a teammate out. Powers with a bad chunk there, but you know, Kyle cleaning it up, taking care of that E-hill. We're going to go over here, though, on the opposite side of the map. Icy, Fran getting set up for a possible push. Kenny Bounce up in that window with the Marksa. He's going to have to try to put as much damage as he can on these guys to try to make it as easy as possible. That boom shot is up. They've got to stop him from getting another pick on that weapon because you need it in your hands if you're going to try to win this round. That's 2 members quickly of Optic Mexico down. Fran is well down, though. Sleeper with that Marksa. As dangerous as ever. Adverse down. 3 in succession. This is happening all over again. They got to stop it.
They were closing in on them fast. 4 down now for Optic Mexico, only leaving Decenide remaining. He is not in position, I believe. He's going to try to get down and get the touch, but as soon as he goes through that smoke, Icy was waiting with the boom. Did not matter. Echofox is in perfect position, but here, you can still see the touches coming in here. They're still not going down without a fight. And now, smart, Icy backing up, knowing that all those members of Echofox coming out of spawn at the same time, and he didn't want to lose the possession of that boom shot, though. You can see now, we are just about neck and neck right now in score with that E-Hill just about up for grabs. What a long shot by Icy, but that not able to clean up that kill down there. He's going to try and bring it a little bit closer, see if he can utilize it. If he actually can hit that corner right in the E-Hill, he'll be able to get somebody. And I think he did see Adverse over the window, and he's going to make that shot happen right there. Perfect usage of that boom shot.
Yeah, just not in time to save Franchise, getting shot over that cover like we saw Kyle did. Adverse taking out Fran there at the E-Hill. Icy now rotating back all the way over to the cockpit side. He's getting shot in the back. They're going to chase him out. This is a neck-and-neck game. You need a lot of hills to be broken if you're Echofox to try to make sure you can win. But look at it right here. You see all the fights going down. Hills coming out of contestation and going right back in the favor of somebody else. The E-Hill's broken. D's about to be taken in favor of Optic Mexico. That could spell demise, though, for this round. The D-Hill is broken, though. Here comes a possible triple cap. Will it be pulled off? Because only one member's coming off spawn for Optic Mexico who could be close enough. And it does not happen. Echofox taking map 1 here. First thing on Championship Sunday.
That was unbelievable. They had the round ready to go. They were going to get themselves back on the board, sweeping the rug out from under them right there. Echofox walking away here with a nice convincing victory here, and they really made it look easy there towards the second portion of that map.
It seems like Colin's predictions came correct right there. Echofox took this. Just one thing I wanted to point out when we listened to the listen in, it just showed what type of leadership Franchise has and the trust that he has in his teammates. When he went to go capture that middle hill of Mortal Spawn, he said, you know, I'm going to go in, I'm going to get down, but just watch over me. He wasn't stressed, he was cool, calm, and collected, and that just shows why he's such a great leader for this Echofox roster.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of things to take from that listening, and I really did love it. And, you know, one of those things that you mentioned is, you know, Fran has the ability to see ahead. You know, he's thinking ahead, and he knows, you know, he's going to be able to get this cap, he might get revived, he's talking to them. But there were some other things to take from that. I have some quotes from that little listening that we're going to break down a little bit, right? So, you know, they started to play for homes a little bit. Fran said, hold the pillar, right? He's telling his teammate to hold the pillar because he could see that that guy might have right hand and he's going to be able to set up and play for that next spot. They're playing for their homes. Fran calls out. They're playing for homes, right? So that allows, you know, the Echofox team to then migrate a little bit, start to play the defensive setup on that. You know, Kyle said go wide on the guy at E, go wide on E. He's saying, you know, I see the opportunity for a 2v1 situation. He wants this guy to go wide so they can pinch. You know, Fran says I'm pushing him, right? So that allows one of his teammates to, you know, start to give some Lancer support. And then after the round, I was proud of all these guys. Icy, Kenny, good round, guys. Great teamwork. Everybody's coming in. And then Powers, you know, said something to the likes of I'm the best. And, you know, they all got in there. But there's a lot of little things to take away on how teams work together with comms and how they're sort of setting up with their rotation.
And the best thing about their comms was that they weren't yelling over each other. They weren't shouting. They weren't saying anything unnecessary. Everything that was said had importance to it, okay? There was clear direction. Whenever they called out a push or a strategy, they would give a subtle little count to 3, push out together, and dominate a hill.
And I love watching it happen. Every single moment of that game, whenever I saw the patience from Echofox with that veteran leadership, people always underestimate it. They might say, oh, he's old, that means he's washed. No way, no how. He can still play. He can still give anybody in the community the hands whenever he wants to.
Yes, but Optic Mexico, what were we missing from them?
Well, there was a lot of instances you had the boom shot in possession that they looked like that they were in full control of the map. Echofox, they were able to use their rotations perfectly, especially towards the center part of the map, spread out Optic Mexico in a lot of those fights, and they ended up cleaning up and winning because of that.
Yeah, I mean, it was just incredible. You know, they did a great job on Impact there. I'm impressed. We're heading to Harbor next. It's going to be an absolute, you know, great match. Echofox, very good on Harbor, but this Optic Mexico team's not going to go down without a fight.
This is not over yet, but ladies and gentlemen, stick tight for the second map of the day for Optic Mexico and Echofox on the other end of this short piece by Franchise.
So I was born in Venezuela, brought over to Miami when I was about 1.5 years old. Miami, to me, that's like my hometown. My parents, they brought me up in such a hard time for them. We didn't have that much money when we moved here. We were like every other immigrant family that is busting their tail to making sure that, you know, we succeed. I was raised there till I was about 10, and then my family moved over to Charlotte. My parents didn't allow me to speak English at home. They forced me to speak Spanish at home just so I would learn it and actually be able to use it. I thought it was kind of annoying, but as I got older, I realized, wow, like, you know, if my parents didn't force me to use my Spanish at home, I would have probably never really learned it. So the first time I discovered Gears was through a friend of mine. We used to play Halo 2 together. He introduced me to this commercial that was on TV, and it was the original Gears of War 1 commercial with the Mad World song. And when I bought the game, I noticed that multiplayer. That's where everything, you know, kind of changed. I signed up for an online tournament. Through that, I met Fallout. We kind of hit it off. We have the same values. And then they announced the first ever MLG Gears tournament in Meadowlands, New Jersey, which is 2007. I remember my first match, the nerves that were going through my hands. I mean, I've never felt that before in any kind of sport. People are actually watching exactly what you do, what mistakes you make, what plays you make. And after that first match, it all went away. That event, we got top 12. It was the first ever tournament, so I did pretty good. I played semi-pro, and I just got hooked on it, and I just wanted to go to more.
Franchise picking up a kill on Nate. Killer support above. Franchise got another kill.
I really started excelling in the game around Gears of War 2, and towards the end of Gears of War 2 at Nationals, we actually placed second. It was the first time a team went through the losers bracket all the way to finals, beating every pro team.
Franchise getting the headshot that he needed to get in the back. That was disgusting.
That time between Gears of War 2 and Gears of War 3, there was no tournaments. That was probably like my lowest point. I took a break. I was in college, I didn't care too much. I was having fun outside of the game.
Jose and I met about 4.5 years ago through friends, through UNC Charlotte where we went to school.
The day that I knew that I wanted to date Carolina was I was going to a Hypestation tournament, it was Hype 3 in Indianapolis. She was like, oh, like, is there a stream, something I can watch while you play? Keep in mind, you know, she's never seen any esports. She doesn't know what Twitch is. She doesn't know any of that. You know, after every match that was on stream that I played, she would text me. And I'm like, wow, like, this girl actually cares. Like, it is the weekend, and she is watching me play Gears of War from back at home. I've never met someone so supportive of whatever I do. She's always been there for me since day one. She's been around since the end of Gears of War 3, and so she got to see Hypestations, and she got to really see the rugged part of Gears of War.
Once I did go to the first tournament, it was awful. It was in a hotel, in a conference room, bunch of sweaty guys playing video games. But just after going to the first tournament, I really understood what it meant to him and his passion for it, and I love going to him now.
She got to see the passion that was there before, and you know, the actual work that was put into it before it got big. And then she got to see, you know, the $1 million esports circuit. Going into Gears 4, you know, it turned into a career. I could do it full time. We had a very good team that was consistent. We were, you know, a top 2 team. You know, we won one event season 1. And, you know, we stayed at the top for the most part, but I wish we could have won more tournaments. You know, we've had our ups and downs, more downs than ups this season, and that's mostly due to our teamwork deteriorating and, you know, personalities clashing and teaming with the same people for too long. You know, it does suck sometimes to not have the guy that you know, you were sitting next to so many times, so many events, not with you anymore. So yeah, it's unfortunate. Sometimes things don't work out, and you know, sometimes you have to look out for your best interest. Throughout my career, I've been very good at building teams, and I'm very optimistic that, you know, I can help bring up this new talent. Sometimes I feel old, you know, with these young guys coming up, I look at all my teammates as little brothers. I'm always the older guy. Like no one's ever older than me, so I always look at them like little kids. I do my best to pass on my wisdom and whatever it may be. I've thought about retirement. It's just, I've always said, if I can't compete at the top level, if I'm not on a championship contender team, I just feel like I shouldn't play. And I've always maintained that level in every gears. I'm still on that level, so I don't see myself retiring anytime soon. I'm just fortunate enough to say my work is doing what I love, and not a lot of people get to say that.
And there you would have it from Echofox's own franchise, Mortal Spawn. You and I, we've been in the scene since day one, okay? And we've known him throughout his whole career for about 12 years now. We've played against him at events. We've teamed, you know, no, I almost teamed with him once, but we've seen him. We've seen his growth through every single Gears of War. It's something special about seeing an OG still competing at such a high level.
No, I respect franchise like 100% on what he's able to continue to keep doing and the relationship he has and the support he has. You know, it's something that we all aspire to be in this league, and it's just amazing, amazing career.
I'm going to have a chat with him and see if he found the fountain of youth, because it looks like from the time he started to the time he's at now, all he's done is either get better or maintain that level of intensity and integrity. He's not just a great competitor, but the words grand champion come to mind because he's a great human being.
Yeah, he's extremely wise. His veteran leadership really shows in every aspect of his gameplay. And the way that this whole team comes together around him, it's not just all about him. This whole team comes together. It's like a family atmosphere with them. And it's really showing today. You could see, especially listening into their comms, no bad blood towards each other. Everybody, like you said, Veli, speaking with purpose today.
Yeah, franchise, he's definitely a leader that leads by example, okay? He's not a guy to just sit back and let everybody, you know, just go and do their own thing. He makes sure that they're all set up for success. When he picked up Empowers, it was a question to a lot of people because he's never been to an event before. And to join such a high-tier org, such as Echofox, franchise wasn't worried. He said, you know, listen, we're going to set him in between us, and we're going to show him the ropes, and we're going to win the championship with this guy. Yeah. We believe in him. When other players were brought up, you know, he put faith in every single one of his teammates, from Red Icy to Kyle to Empowers.
Yeah, I mean, that's the type of person I want to be sitting next to. Like, if I'm Empowers, like, I get to learn on the main stage next to franchise who's been through all this, you know, all these titles and all this experience. And, you know, he's a player that can mold a new guy. A new guy comes in, has all this skill, right? Yeah. But he's going to be able to mold him, and putting Empowers in the middle is going to allow them to sort of watch the screen, make sure, you know, he's staying in check, but, you know, but also performing to the best abilities and making call-outs, right? Frank can see everything, and that's what is so key to a player like franchise on a team, is having that in-game leader and being able to sort of steer the whole thing and have a vision of the whole entire process.
Well put. Rob, if you don't mind me asking, coming into map 2 with Harbor, do you see Optic Mexico making any real strategy change or doing anything on a map like Harbor? Because we know a lot of pro teams, it's not one of the upper echelon, like high percentage played a lot maps. Do you see any strats or anything that we might want to look out for that you personally know of?
Yeah, Optic Mexico's going to have to play their game, and this goes for everybody here. Like, you just got to play your game and focus on what's going on inside, you know, the minds together, right? Play for each other, shoot for each other, keep the communication high as we're heading into Harbor. Look for the fight up top on Winch. It's going to be a high percentage battle up there for map vision and map control. This is going to be a great match to watch.
All right, guys, we're going to see if franchise can go ahead and lead his team to a 2-0 victory over Optic Mexico. Colin and Trooper, take it away.
It's going to be an intense one right now on Harbor. Optic Mexico prefers this map in a lot of instances, since most teams don't prefer to really use this as one of their picks. So it's going to be something that to expect a little bit more out of Echofox, I think, on this game.
I'm looking for a lot of high-level gameplay. I got to see Echofox play this map on late Friday night, still in pool against Elevate. They came up short in that one, but I think that's just going to give them a little bit more motivation not to come up short again. They want to take this map home, and I think they're going to go. I think they're going to do that.
And right here is the most dominant spot to have on the map. You can see where Icy is located at that winch. He does have full control and overview of those two pushes on the long streets. You can see, though, as we switch to Frank, taking his 1v1 on Adverse, and then doubling back to help Icy. And they're now shoulder to shoulder here. As they're strafing in this 2v1, this tight spot on the winch, you have to be careful not to team kill, and that's a perfect opportunity right there for that to happen. But Chaos gets taken out. They were able to maintain their composure there and ended up leading, focusing their shots. Worked out right there as they're able to set up now and hold position.
That's a little little old school. You saw from Icy and Franchise. All these kids nowadays love that wall bounce. They love the A button, but that was a little bit of a straight factor for you, baby. Make you miss a shot or two, do a little tap dance. You gotta hit your shots, man.
That was a cheeky fight right there that you saw. He was trying to make something out of it, but unfortunately they were the ones that were able to hold it down right there and keep in control of that middle map. It's really letting Kyle actually open things up down here at that B hill. Kyle is the main man on this team that you would love to see marks at. That's something that actually Echofox prefers actually when they play on Harbor, something that can dominate, especially around that winch area, since you have such of a vision of all those different angles and pushes.
I would not want to be on Optic Mexico coming down there, running into Powers, then Kyle. Gauntlet of death right now, but you saw Powers rotating up to try to help Franchise out here at the stern. We're gonna go top stern now in a 2v2. Kenny, Franchise in a 2v2 against Chaos and Adverse. Kenny getting the first one. Adverse is gonna have to try to back out. Franchise says, I'm gonna try to get these shots on, try to get it down, because now they've got positioning. Icy goes, no, excuse me, that was Powers that went down on the winch. Sleeper killing off Powers. Adverse, Sleeper now. It's a 2v2 again. Fran, Kyle against Sleeper and Adverse. Let's see who can come out on top. Kenny going down to Adverse. Franchise gonna have to try to make something happen here. He's in a 2v1, a very tough spot. He gets the first. Can he turn around and get the second? No, he doesn't. He finally goes down after being full red for so long.
I really thought he was actually gonna take that 2v1. He made a great play while he pushed one guy, backed him up, immediately turned around, went for the guy that he was putting the opening shots on in that fight, got that opening kill, but was not able to turn around in time to finish it off. You can see the points racking up in favor of Echofox as they're maintaining that middle hill for the most of this map that got them this huge lead, only holding now their home hill. That's the only thing necessary at this moment. You can see, I don't know if the touch is gonna come in, only a second away, and there they have it, holding it down to take away this first round.
And you see the man with the American pants standing up, getting loud after round one of map 2. Icy, ice in his veins all the time, seeing blood red on a championship Sunday, because all he wants in those eyeballs is nothing but a gold trophy, baby.
And I think especially the way they finished off that first map, coming into this one now, taking the opening round as well, I would expect to see them more and more get comfortable and comfortable as we move along here, going for more of these wins here, especially in this first round. I think it's going to say a lot coming into the later part of the map. I'm actually excited to see what kind of power weapon gets placed down initially here on Harbor after this first round. Something that Optic Mexico might have to actually have some extra time, I think, to really think over.
Well, taking a look at Harbor, Harbor is a weapon that Optic Mexico loves because they can put down weapons such as Marxist, Botox, and also the utilities such as the incense. But looking in terms of strategy and base strats, what can we expect?
Yeah, so out of base strats, you're going to see that, that fight up top to really get control of the vision. But what I really like to see is some of the power weapons that get placed in the middle of the map. You can really design some cool plays if you drop a weapon like right under the winch and maybe play for a couple people to go and get that. You throw a couple smokes, you send a guy to quick pick it up, revive him out of there. Then you have that power weapon as a utility to, go and take over the neutral hill or something like that. So it's all about coming up with these design plays, right? You have the symmetrical map. You're able to sort of, see where these 5 guys clash in the middle.
Right.
But then, how do you change that? How do you adapt to that? Do you send 3 on one side, 4 on one side, maybe try and win that number and then rotate around? Do you play for the power weapon? Do you just switch it up and play for homes? Like, there's so many different things with escalation. It's amazing.
Well, yeah, I agree with that right there, especially once you do win those initial fights and having everybody come to the center of the map. When you place something down in the map that actually changes the game after the opening round, it really flips things on its head, especially when you want to maybe put a weapon on a spot of the map that you want to lure some attention away from. But you're going to see those Marxists placed down now in between that center hill. Double Marxists, Sleeper and Powers are the guys to pick up that weapon and already getting it involved here in this game.
Yeah, Sleeper with some brilliant shots up there toward Winch, hitting Fran twice, making him put his head down. Monkey's rotating down now. You're going to see a 2v2 down here for the B hill. It's going to be very crucial. Monkey's, though, calling out Franchise, coming up behind him. Has to rotate out. Amazing sight line. It's like he's got eyes in the back of his head. The C hill was contested for just a moment. Franchise fighting for his life over there. The C hill now getting completely contested. It will be possibly going in favor of Echofox, but now Sleeper and Monkey's taking control of that B hill. Powers is fighting a 2v1, but he doesn't get either of them. He goes down quickly, so B is in control for Optic Mexico. Echofox trying their best to hold on to that 2-hill setup, but that is a very hard 2-home setup to hold.
Oh, without a doubt, especially right here, you can see it's a way longer distance between the home hills in this first round. There is so much cover, so much areas between both of those home hills. To hold them down, you would really need to maintain all those people coming out of spawn somehow utilizing smokes to push up those baby stairs and maybe push them back into spawn. If you only have one man over there, it's nearly impossible when you have all those opening smokes come out to just break you out of that area. Right here, though, in the center portion of that winch, you can see Dezenide now trying to back himself up, get a little bit of an angle, even though he's on the low side here, just to put a few shots in, let them know on Echofox that he is here, and to take don't take their eyes off of him.
Hey, look, you see those 3 blue silhouettes? There's 3 members of Echofox up there. You got Dezenide trying to get shots on as many people as he can to try to make himself as annoying as possible, but he runs into a bit of Lancer Fire himself, going almost full red, almost down. Monkey's getting down, and the wave could come in now very quickly. They're going to get 2 kills, so they've got to push up. It's a 114 to 95 spread. They're going to try to take control of these hills, but there we just have a trade at the B hill. Adverse getting hurt bad. We see a triple cap possibly coming in for Optic Mexico. Adverse is going to get killed, and Powers is going to stop that triple kill. I love the rotation by Powers. He comes down off of that stern winch area. He knows his team's in trouble. He's going to try to help out a teammate, but he ends up having to get a kill and get a break.
Yeah, and if he holds that position just for a few moments longer, I think he'll be able to distract them long enough here. As you can see them now kind of spreading out here, coming from the spawn of Echofox and Chaos. It ends up getting caught in a bad location, actually. Down low there, Kyle was able to get the upper hand there on the upper portion there where the spawn was. Shooting down on top of him, there was really nowhere for him to go out in that open area. So now, as we switch over to the top side of the map right here, as these teams are fighting now, we can have Adverse now trying to back up as he's trying to go for and help Dezenide after he picks up a double kill. There goes Adverse taking out a kill. 4 down now for Echofox, and Optic Mexico now needs to make their move.
Hey, it was like they had a little bit of a timeout in between that first and second round, and it looks like it helped tremendously with Optic Mexico because their rotations and their shots suddenly started being precise and perfect, taking the second round very convincingly. 1-1. We're gonna have to go to round 3 and see how it turns out.
And there it was. They had the lead towards the end of that round for the most part, and then they did make that move right into the spawn area, forcing them to not get any farther out of that area. They only have one really choice that they can make in that instance, and that is trying to get to that closest hill. There is really nowhere to go once you have that wall set up. Even when the smokes come flying in, backing up a little bit, it's really, with the clock ticking down for the points, it really does get your team to throw into a little bit of chaos. We just have to give, though, a quick shout out yet again to our observer, Patrick, the Cleaner HD, who is driving this game and getting us all the action today.
Oh yeah, you can't thank him enough for letting us be a part of this and letting us see every single fight he wants to take us to. I love it when he's driving us around the map. They're going to block out no mid-cut. So you've got those marks as downs, and now mid-cut is taken out of the equation for this first half here. You're going to see where it's just basically nobody really needs to go there for any kind of power weapon. They just need to use it for rotations or possible strats that they want to use. I wonder if that's going to change anything whatsoever for either team, or if they're just going to try to gun up and say, hey, look, that last round was a fluke. Let's take this one.
Well, a lot of the times when you see a block get put down, maybe the team that puts that down wants to take that focus off of that certain part of the map. They maybe have a plan to use that choke point specifically as a flanking route. They probably don't want any more attention there if they have a certain strategy built around that area. But now there goes 2 men dropping in that fight. Now a 3rd down on Echofox. Optic Mexico looks like they're in great position. Kyle is now down as well. You might as well call it 4. Now with Powers having to make the push, he actually backs up. Looks like instead of making that move in there, he knew he was outnumbered, but he doesn't have a choice here. The trip cap is coming. He's in a terrible position, and that will be a quick round in favor of Optic Gaming.
That just looked like a jumbled mess. You didn't know if he was coming left or right. He went to put his Lancer away to pull out his Nasher. All of a sudden, he changes from his Nasher back to his Lancer to possibly get it down. And then all of a sudden, he's getting pushed. He's got to pull that Nasher back out. He needed to make a decision a little earlier. That might come from that inexperience, but he's sitting around so many veterans that, hey, they're going to get that corrected here in these next 30 seconds. I expect them to take probably a few seconds to figure out what weapon it is and then to possibly put it down. You're going to see something big, though. I want to see Echofox put down something to change the identity of this map, and boy, do they ever.
The drop shot on the map, and that is going to explode literally and figuratively this game wide open. And in that last round, a big game changer. The winch in full control there of Echofox. That 1v1 at the winch, once it was lost, opened up the whole round, and they were able to take control of that B hill. You can see, though, at the bottom, another update for you from the E United and Gosu crew game. E United with a 4-2 lead on the second map. As we continue things on right now here on the Echofox Optic Mexico end, and you can see Adverse trying to get out of harm's way with the drop shot actually already getting fired. And right now, in this instance, everybody's trying to look for that right there, though it's Fran with it on his back, and now pulling it out after he's able to take out Adverse, trying to use the second shot, and does with a nearly blind opportunity there over the cover towards the spawn, taking out Dezenide, and ready to use the third one as well, getting the cutoff from Monkeys as he's trying to make the runaway. What an expert move there by Fran. Again, picking up a third kill. He is playing insane right now.
Oh, I love it. He went in there for the pick. He gets it. He starts to use it to perfection. Next thing you know, you've got a little bit of a situation where you got to scramble to try to get somewhere quick enough. Fran dropping those explosives on the hill, trying to keep him out of it. He's going to have to get into a fight, though, now, because he is out of drop shot. He's going to have to pull out that Nash or that snub, try to make something happen with his regular guns. Dezenide, though, making moves, trying to take some cover, trying to make sure that they do not go down and not get another wipe so that it's still just pressure on their home hill.
And that straight shot with the drop shot, you want to lead those shots as well as you can. You can see Fran, knowing where Monkeys was going to try and get away to, shooting it right to that portion of the map and catching him off guard with it. Now, as we move along here, Fran's still on his back, though, I believe going to be waiting for the new drop shot to be on respawn. So now Dezenide has to rotate to the top, but he is in no man's land here, as now multiple members of Echofox are able to converge on him and take him out. Now with Fran to make that backup move here, almost in the back door, you can see now making that C break and cap as well. We only have a few seconds remaining, but as we flip to the other side, Monkey's able to make the save. But not for long there. He goes to push down after the Roots made that break, but let's see if that was able to hold him off just for long enough.
It was a bit of a trade. It was a trade there, so that you ended up not getting that triple cap. You're going to have somebody come off spawn or rotate back to get that cap. Now, 4 members of Optic Mexico are going to chase Franchise way out of there. He's been alive this entire round, had that drop shot on his back. They are going to want to get him down finally, because it's a bit insulting to have a round go this long to never have even touched a man.
Without a doubt, you can't have that happen, especially going into this part and this late into the map. Right there, another drop shot getting fired. Fran still has it in control here. Fran getting another kill. I believe he's been alive this entire round. And right there, I shouldn't have said anything, getting taken out by Chaos, dropping the drop shot while it was on his back. But in that right there, you could see they were really just playing for keeps. They were getting another round under their belt here for Optic.
2-2, we even it back up here going into round 5. We're going to be coming close to the end of the first half. I want to see how Echofox plays these next few rounds, because they changed the complexity of this first half. They put that drop shot up top. Optic Mexico said, hey, look, you know that we like that mark, so we put it down. We're going to try to use it to the best of our ability. And Echofox said, that's fine. We want to bring you back into a team fight. We got the big guns. So they put that down. Let's see what Optic Mexico does and if they have any kind of answer for that.
I would expect some nades to be placed on the map with the drop shot already down. You have those long-range marks, but instead, they want to keep it a little bit with the mid-range fights here. You can see now double hammer burst being placed down on each side of the map. So now you have power weapons able to be picked up on both ends. Hammer burst, Marksa, that's going to change things up. But you can see now with the team leading, or the player leading the team in kills, that's 2 of them. You can see Fran with 10, Kenny with 10. They are going off right now.
And I'm telling you, I love what Kyle is doing, though. He's still on top of the leaderboard. He's capping up hills. He's being in the right spots. He's doing everything he can for his team to try to help out. He's playing what I call the unsung hero role. He is doing everything but expecting nothing.
This fight at the top is going to tell a big story here. With the Hammerburst now involved, Kyle is the man to be a nuisance with that, and now getting it down, getting another, but he's actually getting crossed from behind. Look at the firepower from Optic Mexico now, and now Icy with the secret man hiding in the corner there, popping out of nowhere, and they are ready. He's going for the 2, and he's got the double kill, trying to make the push up to the top, but cannot get the triple. Monkeys he had some communication sent from his team, backed up and was able to finish off the kill, and he did not want 3 men to get dropped from 1 man.
Oh, baby, I wanted that fight to come out on Icy's side so badly, because we love those plays. But he still goes big for his team. He still makes a play big enough to try to put them back on their heels. He doesn't let them push in for that triple cap that early. You see now, Echofox still with a 2-to-1 hill advantage. Sleeper, though, getting on that B hill to try to break it. Adverse and Sleeper down here, trying to force Powers back to make him make a decision. Franchise going down. Kenny also down up top. They're going to have a fight on the opposite side of the map. Kyle is full red, going for the 1 shot. Dezenide, though, avoiding the first shot and getting absolutely destroyed by the second. Kyle with a huge play on Winch there to hold on to it.
All Kyle really has to do, actually, you see that center hill is under control. All he has to do is turn and take those shots at the wench, but he is unable to do so, and they know this on Optic Mexico as they are forming on both sides. Look at Kyle. He is in a really tough spot, but is able to isolate Monkeys for that one-on-one, going now to try and get the second kill, forcing Chaos to back up here. Chaos, though, getting crossed as well. Kyle's going to move in and get the cleanup, and now they finally have control on that wench for the time being. So let's see if they're going to make that move. They do, pushing up the adverse, and the B hill also being lost from Optic Mexico. This is going to be Echofox now taking control of B and C.
Hey, look, his old gamer tag was critical, Kyle, and it's critical that you always know where he is on the map because Kyle will make you pay, baby.
That is no doubt about it. You can have this any way you want it, but right there, Kyle in a great spot yet again, holding that position on the top, near the wench, near the top side of the map. Now, there, as soon as he takes his eyes off of that A hill, you can see Sleeper's trying to move up, trying to make something happen there, but now backing up, retreating, just trying to hold his ground there in the A. But you can see now, Echofox with that 2-hill advantage, they're just going to start to run away in points now, as the time is now ticking away towards that 210, but losing control of that center hill. Kyle does have an angle here. Let's see if he's going to try and, yeah, he does switch sides, but he's going to actually have to help out more of his team members without shooting at that B hill. I don't know if it's going to happen. They don't have control of any more of these hills. Luckily, the C hill back in their favor momentarily. They finally are about to get on the board, but look at this. With multiple members leaving the area of the A hill, Kyle's able to sneak in there, get the A hill, and that's going to definitely wrap up the round if he's able to cap it. There's only a few seconds remaining. Are they going to be able to jump up in time? 209 each, and now it's not going to happen for them. That was as close as you can get it. Optic Mexico just able to get by with the skin of their teeth.
Oh my goodness, as close as you could ever want it. It was a shave from a barber with a straight blade, baby. That's what I love to see here. Both of these teams throwing punch for punch here on Championship Sunday. Nobody wants to go home yet. Echofox has to get back together to get back on track, but I loved what I saw right there from Optic Mexico. Patience is key. I said it first map. They're trying to have that patience. They waited for the correct time to strike. They saw their opening and they went for it full force.
Man, that was absolutely incredible. You can see with the rotation set up there, those fights up at the top side of the map were so important right there as everything was coming down to the wire. The incendiary grenades are at that B hill, so that is going to change things a lot when you move them towards that center part of the map. So right here, as we are only one round out from the end of this first half of Harbor, you're going to see after this the round count go, or the respawn count go back down to 10, no more weapons on the map, and those hill rotations. So this is going to be a big fight with those extended respawns out there. That drop shot still up for grabs. Icy placing those shots, one man down, and that's going to open the door, except, yeah, Monkey's coming in the back and taking him out before he's able to pick up that drop shot. But you can see Kenny luckily was able to stay on his toes there. They're still maintaining control, and he's going to secure that drop shot.
Yet again, Kyle coming up from behind, allowing that hammer burst to be used effectively to help Kenny Bounce continue to down, create openings to get kills on players. Kenny Bounce picking up that drop shot, throwing out the first one, missing it though. He's going to go for this reload. They have a 2-to-1 hill advantage, but all members of Optic Mexico are coming off spawn. I don't know if you try to make a push here to try to keep their numbers down, try to keep the numbers in your advantage, or do you let them formulate but then shut down the formula?
I think you can let them do that just because of the fact that now if you have control of the drop shot, you want them to try and really bunch up as much as possible in these fights. You can see that long range one not connecting there for Kenny, already using 2 shots, not able to get a kill, but able to wrap up Dezenite as he pushes through, trying to force that drop shot out of his hand. I don't think he saw that man sneak by him, and he did not, so he's luckily able to turn around there, but Monkeys was the man in position to wrap up Kenny. Kenny, though, dropping the drop shot, still on his back. It's not able to get picked up. It's going to be for respawn. You can see, though, the trip cap coming any moment now for Echofox. They're in full control in this match right now. You can see with the top side of the map, still not losing it. Optic is still trying to push in, winning those 1v1s at the top, but not able to take control fully. As we see at the bottom, the score update from that losers round 4 match, E United able to take a 2-0 win over the Gosu crew, 7-2.
Yeah, Gosu crew now on the short ride home. E United moves on our Bravo stream, but let's keep our eyes focused right here. Kyle going back up the stern, trying to get ready for that next drop shot that will be respawning here shortly. You've got members of Optic Mexico, though, falling and collapsing onto Kenny Bounce. Kenny Bounce is going to have to play fight for his life here. He's going to go down on that back stairwell, and here comes Kyle to try to help get the save. They're going to see if Kenny might tap up first. He gets the first down. Kyle gets a giant double kill, though. He doesn't even need the help. He said, let me come on in and do my thing, big man.
Right there, they make sure that they have all of their manpower right now in that A hill before they decide where they want to rotate. They already don't need to really move far ahead, as Optic now has to force themselves over to their side to try and get the strip cap. They're in no position here to regain enough points. Absolutely, they have to make this push. You can see the aggressiveness coming down here, but the Marks keeping Sleeper at bay there, and it looks like there's not going to be any opportunities for them. They have the perfect setup here, and they're going to walk away with this round in just a few seconds.
And there we go. I think we have it. We're going to have 3-3 going into halftime. Going into the second half of this map, you have a completely different meta because now you've got that E hill all the way at the top stern position. So that fight is going to become that much more important. And down now, the home hills are going to go all the way to that dock side. They're going to be on the other side of those two little control rooms that you've seen people move through for rotations. So how does that change the map really for these guys? What do they have to play for more often? Do you see a more home hill strat on the second half, or do you see them playing still through their home and the neutral?
The home hill isn't as important, especially here in these first couple rounds here in the second half with the different hill rotations, D, E, and F. Now you have those home hills a little bit closer to each other now, but with that E hill taking the top section of the map, if you control that middle hill and if you are able to win your 1v1 at the winch, you're controlling now that entire center portion. You have overlooking the entire part of the map right there. But with now somehow both the home hills in control of Echofox and only Optic Mexico making that push to mid hill, a very interesting call here by Echo.
This is kind of a throwback to the old Echofox Envious Foundation strat second half, where they used to go for those two home hills early on. You see the skulk of Foxes coming together on the opposing team's home hill. Here Optic Mexico trying to make something happen. Kenny down again, but he gets immediately read up by Franchise. You're going to see Kenny now going big. Franchise down. Kenny getting the double kill. They're going to continue to have control of those two home hills. I love this setup because it forces all of Optic Mexico to spread out across the top of the map to try to make a push on one side or the other.
And Adverse is surrounded by members of Echofox right there. They were able to make that rotation perfectly, putting him on ice in that situation. Monkey's now trying to get himself on the other side of the map to try and touch that F hill, get the break here. You can see now D getting flipped around back into Optic Mexico's favor. So now, looks like these home hills are going to be flipped here. Optic Mexico in position, while the top side of the map is in favor of Echofox.
Yeah, Kenny Bounce coming off spawn, getting called out early, and a bunch of Lancer rounds came in. So he's going to have to take cover before he comes in here to try to fight off Monkeys. Monkeys, Desanide, Chaos, all set up on the home hill of Echofox. It looks like they enjoyed that strat, so they're going to try to implement it themselves. They're going to be sitting here on this cover, waiting for members to probably stack up, throw some smokes, and you're going to be in a close-range Nashor fight here shortly. But if I'm Echofox, I'm trying to get some Lancer fire in on those long alleyways first, try to get some damage done first.
Absolutely, and this lead is getting chipped away at right now as Optic Mexico just still really maintaining control of those home hills, at least momentarily. Kenny, though, able to take a double kill there, get some help from his teams as well. And now, like I said, chipping away at that lead. Echofox having this lead as they started the round there with both of those home hills at least for the first 30 seconds or so. So that did jump them ahead pretty significantly. But right now, as they still do maintain control, this is exactly what you want finally. This is a little bit less chaotic. Holding your home hill and that E hill, you do have just about full control of the map right now. You can really kind of control where your opponents are going to move as long as you move as a full unit. Look at Desanide with the shot, though, over the cover on Kenny there to immediately rotate back up into a 2v1. Not in a good spot there, and Echofox is still going to maintain control of that top portion.
Oh my goodness gracious. IEC, Kyle, Powers all at the top. Do you really want to run up there and try your hand at that one? Woo, that's a dogfight I don't want to be in. Monkeys, though, coming off spawn. He's going to have to try to make one last move, though, and you hear the horn go off. A little bit of gamesmanship here in the second half. Echofox trying to let him know we could dominate you on either side. You want us to play homes, we'll play that. You want us to play neutral home, we'll do that too. We can do it all, baby.
And Powers getting a double kill to wrap up the round two. They are in full control right now. They are feeling themselves at this moment. You can hear the horn going off to celebrate the round victory. And that is an amazing way to set the tone for the second half. Winning that first round, although you do put now where that power weapon gets dropped into your opponent's hands, I expect maybe a boom shot to get placed down again as the first weapon to just kind of throw things around here and change up the game plan that Echofox seemed to be in full control of in that first round.
I see Optic Mexico going the exact opposite way. I see them going Hammer Burst or Marksa here. They lose that first round. They got to do something that helped them so much, but you are correct, my friend. The boom shot, the very middle of the map, right there in that mid-cut, you're going to see a huge fight going down early on there.
Without a doubt, and you got to make sure that with that boom shot there, since that first initial fight's going to go all the way down there, you have to make sure that the winch is not forgotten about, as you can maintain a big part of the center map if you can just get those crosses down below there. So as we can now storm forward here to see where these first smokes are going to come thrown in directly. Looks like at the top of the winch, most of them though down in the boom shot area. Nobody is able to get in and out with it yet. And interestingly enough, all the hills are capped right now, even though boom is down on the map. So there was a player in each of the home hills to cap, as you would normally see a full 5-man push trying to go once a boom is down on the map. So Optic may be placing it down to expect a 5-man push towards that center so they could rotate around and get that home hill, but it looked like that Echofox was ready for that.
Look at the Lancer Fire franchise taking no prisoners, throwing every bullet he can into somebody. Look at him now rotating back up toward the E-hill. I wonder if he's going to rotate over to the home. He's going to get called out, though, by somebody coming off spawn. He doesn't have a friend there, so he is going to get cleaned up. We're going to go, though, with Kenny Bounce coming off spawn himself. He's going to see Desanide coming up onto that forklift. He's going to see him go. He's going to push him off back toward mid-map. Where has the boom shot gone? It is in the hands of Powers, ladies and gentlemen. If we find him, he's got it in his hands right now. He's probably preparing for somebody to push him. There we go. Powers now with the first kill with the boom, getting the second kill with the Asher, pushing him away, playing the boogeyman role, saying, don't come up here.
Yeah, taking control of the boom, taking control of the top portion of the map, and now they're just winning all these fights down here, going to take control of this center portion. Look at how dominating Echofox is being right now. Look at Powers now, 4 kills in this round, going off, and the 5th man down. That's going to be another round in favor. 3 in a row here for Echofox.
He took the chains off, ladies and gentlemen, that round. He got that boom shot in his hand. He went and rotated it all the way back up to E when they knew the heavy push was coming, and he decided to take control himself. He said, hey, look, I love the help, but sometimes just got to let me shine.
You can see the smiles coming in hot here from Echofox. They are having fun now. That's what you don't want your opponents to be doing, is having fun, getting into the groove here and feeling themselves as much as possible. Again, let's give a big shout out here to our observer, Pat Ricard, the Cleaner HD, bringing you all of the best shots right now that we can get for this game. And you can see here another drop on the map. How is that going to play here into this next round?
Those Marksas helped them win all those rounds in the first half of the map. Every time I saw damage coming in by somebody like Sleeper's capability with that Marksa in his hand, it was almost an instantaneous down or maybe even a headshot. He was making people keep in cover, and that really does not benefit Echofox. As you see, we have here a pause in the game. Let's
Just
see.
a little bit of a
technical issue, I believe, going on, so we're going to have to take a moment here to see if we can get that fixed up, and we thank you for your patience here on the Alpha stream to help us.
And one thing I would like to point out, a beautiful play from round 8. I saw Empowers. He had 2 players supporting him. I believe one was Kyle, somebody who has a double-double when it comes to kills and downs. And there's a chain revive where Empowers came up and got 2 kills. That just showed how well that this team shoots for each other.
They really trust Empowers. I mean, he had boom shot control. He got a kill with it up top. He held right hand with a shot. He played smart, played safe, got another chunk, came down. Then they're focus firing. These 2 guys getting chain revive.
Yeah.
Powers isn't going to get close to that. He's not going to get up there and risk his life and say, they have numbers. There's no way that those guys can get a kill. So he played it smart, got both chunks, and boom, they won that round.
Oh yeah, great analysis, Immortal Spawn. But guys, we're going to head right back into the game. Optic Mexico.
And we see here, we're getting right back to the action. Icy, though, taking a 1v1 heavy there at the E-hill, getting the kill and the cap. He's going to go ahead and finish off the cap, rotate down now to try to give some help. He sees that the rest of the map is fighting as expected. Kenny Bounce trying to get something to happen. Monkeys goes down. They're going to have all this Lancer Fire coming in, though, trying to keep that revive chain from going off. Powers with the Marksa in his hand, putting him down, though. As soon as Monkeys pushed in, he gets the first kill. Sleeper goes down. He gets the second. It was a wave of kills. The snowball effect has begun again. I love to see it. They took advantage of every opportunity.
How often do you see the Marksa getting used that perfectly in close range like that? And when you're running head down, those Marksa bolts doing that full damage right on the top of your head, right there. He was able to take him out in just a few shots, wrap out that kill right there. Look how fast that things just fell apart right there for Optic Mexico. Echofox still in the driver's seat right now.
It's got to feel like getting hit by 4 different freight trains. You get hit by the first, you're like, oh man, that hurt a little bit. The second, oh no, and then the third, fired, you're done, son. You go down. That fourth bullet comes in. He's just trying to get that little head pop so he doesn't have to switch over. He switches to the Nash or finishes up that
And the
kill
great thing about the Marksa, too, aside from, say, a scope weapon such as the long shot or the M-bar, you do use that Marksa with as much more of its fire rate that it has. You can get those downs across the map rather than executing them if you're able to shoot them in the head. So that is a big opportunity for players when they get downs from across the map.
And look at this, the snipe goes down up top. We've got a long shot up top. We've got the boom shot down low. Icy's won that E-fight 2 rounds in a row. That is a fight to keep your eye on, because if he gets that sniper in his hands, that is not the man you want to see.
Chaos already taking out one guy, so Icy's in that 2v1 up there. As you can see, the bottom portion of the map, they're waiting for that fight under the winch, but it looks like that's going to be even more important now for them to win that fight as Optic Mexico takes control of the top portion and that sniper rifle as well here. 3 members dropped for Echofox are about to come out of spawn. So now, with only those 2 in the position here on the map, Optic does not have a round to drop right now. Boom! Decenide getting a nice headshot right there as Kenny's trying to rotate back around to their side of the map. And Decenide looking for the double kill, not able to do so. He is not ready to stop right now.
But be known that the boom shot was on Kenny's back, so it is not in play right now. It has been dropped off the map.
Oh my God! The Spider-Man shot. If you are not familiar with that, let me just go back in time here with an old school term here. If you're used to sniping in Gears of War, hitting that headshot mid-roll while a guy is on his back. Absolutely beautiful from Decenide. His head, the only thing able to show there as he was just about to get past cover. Let's see if Optic's going to use that, keep this momentum. Decenide going off, has the best position right now. And Echofox, they're just in a chaotic mode. Oh my God, he is going. It looked like he took out his teammate there with a team shot. I don't believe so. You can have now more members of Echofox coming out of spawn. Luckily, they were able to save the round momentarily.
Monkey's killing Sleeper with a terrible team kill in that position. When you got the pressure on the opposing team and you make a critical mistake like that, I don't know what that says. The domination still possibly coming in, though. It keeps getting denied. I want to see what happens. They've got all 5 members up on Echofox. They've only got a 3v5 going now. 4 now members of Optic Mexico up. In about 4 seconds, you're going to have a 5v4 because Kyle's been taken out. So here you got a 3v2. They're trying to take control of this winch side. Look at this up at Stern. Franchise getting the first. Icy pushing away at Chaos. They get the mark there on Chaos. Sleeper on a sneaky play, though. He's coming up here. He doesn't even have a chance, though, because Icy chugs him from forever away, all the way from the North Pole, through what looks like to be his teammate.
That was incredible. Icy, Kenny had no idea he was there, about to get taken out while he picked up the sniper. Icy saved him, and then immediately, Kenny was able to use that sniper and pop ahead with it. What an amazing turnaround play. That play literally saved them the round and won them this game.
All the way, Echofox maintained composure. Their hands weren't shaky, and I called it pre-game. Echofox this morning looked more determined than ever when they were warming up. I thought a 2-0 was coming. A 2-0 happened.
I just love to see sniper play like that. That always gets me giddy, I gotta admit.
But that kind of upset me in a way. It was beautiful to see. Decenide had 2 huge headshots in a row in round 10, and that showed that Optic Mexico, they are extremely dominant when it comes to power weapon play. The one thing we didn't see enough of was their use of it. Now, what they failed to do in that round, they were going for the triple cap, but they were unable to get it due to Echofox's slaying power.
Yeah, you could see, though, they were only a few seconds away from getting right back into this game. Decenide really setting the tone with the double headshots there.
Yeah.
An incredible display right there with the long range, but he did stay in that position maybe a little bit too long up there after those 2 kills. Maybe it would have been a smarter idea for him to move up and help with that trip cap.
Yes.
In that moment there, Echofox were able to come out of respawn there and regain control and win that map.
Yeah, Echofox's only option was to sort of flood out of their spawn and try and take back that hill. And those headshots were absolutely clutch. But they have, like, he needs to start, slowly pressuring up, because you start to pinch, and that's like the last hill. And they just couldn't close it out. And Echofox flipped the tide, and they closed it out in the same fashion.
Hey, Veli, you said that you wanted to see more opportunities taken by Optic Mexico in that match with the power weapons, because that's what they're so good with. But I don't think it was that they didn't take the opportunities. It was Echofox not letting them take the opportunities. Right. When you play a team that doesn't let you do what you want to do, that's exactly what happens. You set up for what you love, and they take it away from you, all right? It's like a favorite toy.
Is it fair to say that it wasn't really on Decenide, coming back to your statement, him not moving up with the sniper? He could have hit more shots in the end, but he did have 2 teammates die in the end. Could that change the round?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, right there, when they were all formulating on that home hill, like you said, they have to make that push right out of that instance. When you lose 2 guys right away, you're going to have that full push. They were running out of time. I think just moving up and even using some Lancer fire would have at least put them at bay for at least the time being right there. But you can see holding that ground didn't work out. And the biggest play, I got to bring it back again. You can see that push up. Kenny about to get taken out with that sniper in hand. Icy making the last second save. Beautiful. Using the headshot,
nice
getting it right after, finishing off the round.
He has on the not just on Dezo, because you know that was just a point of view that we saw. But really, you know, the team down there needs to play for each other, needs to learn how to, you know, they need to just do a little better job of closing that up, working together, you know, playing for their lives and just staying alive in that round.
I agree.
Sort of started taking over the second half.
Yes.
I can't wait to see Echo keep making this losers run. I think after that loss to Optic yesterday, that was a wake-up call.
Well, I was actually taking a look at social media, and a lot of people were saying, listen, I wouldn't be shocked to see Echofox play against Optic Gaming again in the finals. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for standing by. We're going to send this off to the main stage where Farouk has an interview with Echofox.
Thanks, Vela. Yeah, I got Echofox's franchise here. I want to go back to map 1. Towards the end of that map, on the last round, you guys won it. A trip cap there when Optic Mexico needed about 6 seconds to finish. Tell me what happened at that trip cap.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm not really sure. I don't know how we got to all the hills at once. Kyle got to E. He went down with, I think it was adverse, I'm not sure. He broke it while he was down. I think Icy got a 2-piece on their hill. Someone choked on powers in the back. He went back and killed the guy on our hill as well. Like, they're just, I don't know, very shaky.
All right, now, in both maps, it was kind of back and forth early, but then you guys, just like in this last map, reeled off 5 straight. What changed, and how did you guys make adjustments to take them out?
I felt like we were just, you know, throwing a few rounds away, and we just, you know, kind of tightened the grip and just came out and, you know, won the rounds we're supposed to.
Now, we saw that package in between map 1 and 2, said you are known for putting teams together. Tell me about the process and how you guys added powers to your squad. What did you see in that young man and know that he can contribute to you guys getting the championship?
Well, I mean, the first thing we saw was the talent. He subbed in for Optic, and we played him in like a 2K final. Saw that he was a very talented kid, 15 years old. Then he subbed in for us for like 2 weeks. And we saw the same thing. It's like, okay, man, this kid is really talented. He doesn't see names. He just sees, you know, enemies and sees how easy it is for him to take out everybody else, especially the top names in this community. So just having a talent like that and wanting to mold him, it's a good thing for us, and I'm glad we have him on the team.
All right, now it's been a long road going through the losers bracket and championship round. Tell me, where is Echofox going right now, today, Championship Sunday?
We're going to grand finals.
There you have it, right there. You heard it from franchise of Echofox. Right back to you guys. Congratulations, baby.
The confidence that franchise has for players such as Empowers. So the funny thing about that story is that when they were first subbing with Empowers was going back and forth with different teams because he was too young to compete. So I would watch tournament gameplay, and Empowers kept having 4 pieces and 3 pieces against the best teams in the game. Yeah. What can he not do?
No, he's displaying it all right here. I'm super impressed with this kid.
Yeah, I'm really excited. So Echofox moving forward, he said that he plans to take it to the grand finals against Optic Gaming. Colin, what are your thoughts about that?
You know, I want to see him take it back to that grand finals because I think, A, our fans are going to love the E-Classico matchup. You got Optic and Echo again, but I think it might be a different story this time around. They're going to really make Optic sweat finally, and I think we're going to see something like that happen because I think Optic's going to have a tough time with the EU's Finest.
Okay.
And I think that match might get them on their heels a little bit, and if they beat EU's Finest, and then EU's Finest has to come down and play Echo. Echo's got nothing but steam right now. If EU's Finest loses theirs, all Echo has to do is play their game.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't look at the grand finals right now in this place. I would take it one game at a time because you can't overlook teams such as E United, Ghost Gaming, and EU's Finest because they have an uphill battle from here.
I don't see it as them looking past these other teams. I see it as a hyper-focusedness. They know that they might have walls in front of them, but they've got a bulldozer and Empowers, and they're ready to bust through any brick wall that's been set up.
Yeah,
really
and Powers
set him up
has
to
looked
succeed.
excellent so far. Like, I agree. Like you said, he's displaying it all.
Yeah.
And everything that he does right now, he can use power weapons. He comes into the clutch anytime you need him. But the best part is, as good as he is at slaying, he also not taking he's not overstepping any of his boundaries. He's not taking fights he doesn't need to take, and he's really smart about it. And that shows a lot in such a young player like Powers.
You got to put these type of players in positions to succeed, and you build the pieces around those guys and let them shine. Powers was in a different position on the team. We may not see it from him, and a lot of different roles. We talked about all weekend how these roles are changing a lot. You have Kenny having to be responsible for a different role in this tournament, and yes, he was able to do it on Optic, but he didn't have to. And now, he's in a different role, stepping up and slaying out a little bit. And Powers in that spot, get him in the fights, let him win those power weapons, let him rotate back, and really lead him around. So it's really interesting to see how this team is working together as their first tournament.
I want to ask you, Rob, as somebody that analyzes the game and has as much knowledge as you, when you see what looks to be 5 really different personalities, 5 really different play styles come together, does it take veterans like a Kenny Bounce and a franchise to make that happen, like make a good cake out of all these weird ingredients?
You really do need like one backbone to the squad. You need one guy's head to sort of like round out the decision making, and everybody sort of listen to him. It can be conflicting when you have a couple in-game leaders, like especially some passionate ones in the community that we have. Like, there are legitimate people that cannot team together in this circuit, and that's what makes it so interesting, because one team may design a squad around maybe 2 support players and 2 heavy slayers. Another team may see more of a vocal communication squad. You're right. With like more teamwork oriented, and another team might just slay out and just go, and they might have, now on this map I'm the in-game leader, but in this map he is. It's really interesting to see, especially with 5 versus 5, like how different these team compositions can be. But that's just a little bit on terms of the
It's interesting you say that, because the next game here on main stage, we have Ghost Gaming and E United, and there are 2 teams that they've been heavily criticized about the recent team changes. E United replacing Trippy with Pale, and Ghost Gaming replacing 6-time champion Ribs with God Plays. But they've made it this far